How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it is Wednesday here on the show, and you know what that means? Tonight, AEW Dynamite. And we got a card, sort of. Got 4 matches. And it's a 2-hour show. No 3-hour shows for a while now. And we'll tell you everything that's scheduled for the show tonight. And really, there's only 2 matches announced. But we have 2 announcements that I'm sure will play into something. We've also got Halloween Havoc coming up on Saturday. This is the NXT PLE for this month. And we'll do the full NXT TV report from last night. I've been really down on NXT of late. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I thought last night was probably the best NXT in months. I thought it was a very good show last night. So we'll tell you about that. Got a lot of health updates. Seth Rollins, Kota Ibushi, Ridge Holland, all of them either, they're all facing issues, but we'll give you updates on everybody there. We've got an angle that it's like fans were kind of bringing this up and I blew it off because that's how I am, but I think they were right. So I'll tell you about this angle here later on today. Mustafa Ali's contract coming due as well. We got some upcoming dates for PLEs. Jasmine Nix, the Raw number from Monday night, and plenty more. Filthy Tom Lawler is joining us here today. So if you'd like to text us, 425-780-7566 is the text message line. 425-780-7566. F4W Online at gmail.com. F4W Online, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo. At Bryan Alvarez, X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. It is the annual Christmas show. We have Big Vinny V as always, who's wearing a hat.
Can confirm.
Sean is here as always. He is not festive at all.
I forgot my hat.
Granny is here. Granny, what's going on?
Hello.
Craig is here, not festive at all.
Yep.
And we have Filthy Tom. Oh boy. Should we do shots now?
No.
I think I should probably watch this for a second. Oh my God. Granny is doing a joyride.
I thought they were going to be here.
A box of tissues. Clearly that was for Vinny.
Scotty's.
How dare you? Yeah!
Who is this? My guest?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
John in Memphis is on the air, and he is hammered. I'm a cool guy, right? I'm invited to the barbecue. God damn it!
Merry Christmas!
I got sober up for this call.
Yes.
That's a girl.
Oh, is this Harley Cameron?
I
Love
didn't
you.
know. I even
I
put on the
love you.
American accent.
It is? Everyone shut up.
Hold on.
You are the most talented performer in the entire business.
Yes, man.
What are you doing in pro wrestling?
First of all, you've been far too generous and kind, and I appreciate you.
I don't think I've ever seen Vinny that happy before.
Bro, ladies and
Yeah, I'm
gentlemen,
going to prison.
welcome to the show today here with Filthy Tom Lawler and the Goon Squad.
Tom, what are you doing?
I gotta pee.
Well, go pee then. Don't do it on air.
Hola,
Way to go.
Hola?
¿cómo estás?
Is this the Beast Mortos? Yes!
That could not go any better.
The Beast Mortos is here on the air. Beast, how you doing? He sounds very agitated, Vinny.
I'm starting to get the feeling this is not a live call with the Beast Mortos.
The Beast is short-circuited. No!
That's the moon.
¿Cómo estás?
What is happening?
Hello, Brian.
Is this Don Callis?
Rob is using the Meltzer star rating for his urinal visits. Just so you know, I'm 7 stars, baby.
Ah!
So that's it.
If it's 7 stars, I want to see it.
What? Back at the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom joining us here today. I should mention, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern today. It is After Dark Radio. And we had a guest scheduled and have heard nothing. And so I'm presuming this guest is out. And actually, I contacted old Royce Isaacs. He wants to do After Dark Radio. But I contacted him too late. He can't do today. But he is going to get on. He's got a lot he wants to talk about. So,
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I asked for a list, and I was like, whoa, this guy knows his stuff. So he's going to be coming on at some point soon. But as of right now, it's going to be a solo show today. And so if you've got any stories you want to share, please send them to me. Bryan at AfterDarkRadioshow.com. That is Bryan at AfterDarkRadioshow.com. We've all got a strange story, don't we, Tom? So send those to me. I'll read them on the air today. We'll talk about some news. I've been reading some books. I'll tell you about those. It's going to be a fun, weird day on After Dark Radio. Today, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. However you're listening to this right now, whether it's Sports Byline or Twitch or YouTube or WrestlingObserver.com, you can listen to the show this afternoon. So anyway, tonight's Dynamite, and we have 4 segments announced. 2 matches and then 2 announcements. And we have got Okada versus Bandito for the AW Unified Championship, which I'm hoping will go to a 20-minute draw. I guess it depends on which title's on the line, right? I guess it can't go to a 20-minute draw because he's defending the whole Unified, right? Does anybody know what's going on? Because the Continental title's got a 20-minute time limit and nobody's allowed to interfere, but the other belts do not. So before it's been like, if they're all on the line, the Continental title's on the line for 20 minutes, and then the rest, it's like it's all complicated and overly complex. But does anyone know what is going on with this? Does somebody have to win? This guy goes, the announcers don't know either. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know, Tom?
No.
Okay. I don't like Bandito getting that big win this weekend and then just going in to lose. Would you stop it? Why don't you come on? Why don't you come on and talk about that book with me?
You know what's interesting is I'm looking at the Cryptozoology A to Z book. There is a monster named the Almas.
Yes.
Is that who Andrade?
I don't think
took
it
his
is,
name after?
but that is like an abominable snowman. The Almas. But thank you for interrupting that Dynamite preview for that very important
I said
note
nothing.
there. And then we've got Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata as heels against the Hurt Syndicate for the Trios titles. Trios titles on the line. And we've also got the reveal of the AEW Women's Tag Team bracket. And honestly, right now, we don't even know how many teams are in the tournament. The rumor was they looked at the bracket in the background and think there's only going to be 4 teams. I hope there's more teams than that.
Yeah, I would think you could come up with 8 teams easy.
You'd think so.
Maybe even 16 if you were forced to.
Okay, so this guy says, I think it was only complicated for the unification match. Tony said during a press conference they would all follow the Continental rules going forward. So does that mean a 20-minute time limit?
No interference.
No interference and a 20-minute time limit? Is that what we're talking tonight? Because then we could go to a draw. That's what I want to see. So, didn't Tony have like some interviews the other day? Because someone asked him what's going on with the Continental title and explain it to like normal people that aren't sickos. Like, what is it? Then we've got the 12 belts Mercedes Moné celebration. I presume somebody is going to show up and want all those belts. Statlander? Or are we going to have another surprise? They've already announced the Statlander match for the next pay-per-view, so I guess a surprise would be useless tonight. So, there you go. That's tonight's AW Dynamite show.
That's it?
That's all we got so far. Yeah.
Last week, wasn't there like an entire gamut?
Well, last week
of
was
things
a
announced
2.5-hour show. So,
So this week will only be 2 hours, 10 minutes?
yeah, it'll be 2 hours and whatever the unannounced overrun is that then gets cut off by numerous cable systems, including YouTube TV. Seth Rollins posted a statement to social media after undergoing his surgery. He,
Do you know what the actual surgery was?
they just said a major surgery, undisclosed amount of time, shoulder. I know nothing else. Injured left shoulder is all we've been told, which is actually more than we're usually told about any of this stuff, so that's at least good. He showed a photo on Instagram drinking coffee with his arm in a sling and the caption, "Caffeine and clarity, see you on the other side." Isn't that usually what you say when you're going to die? P.S. I love football.
Or when you're going under the knife.
I guess so. But he already had the sling on. So we don't know if it was before or after. Anyway, he'll see us on the other side, and he loves football. Hey, speaking of, not speaking of him, but his wife. So, people had brought this up, and I was like, nah, come on. But do you remember when they did that first match with Becky Lynch and Maxine? And Becky was, like, yelling at the referee, and then she ended up, like, posing outside, and the ref did, like, a fast count, and she lost. And everybody was like, I think they're going to do a feud with Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr, the referee. I was like, no, come on. What are you talking about? Well, apparently on the match they did this past Monday, I guess there were a couple of others as well. Some other recent losses. Jessica Carr disqualified Lynch for hitting Maxine with the title, which of course she's gonna. Carr was a referee when Lynch tapped out to AJ Lee, and she was a referee when she was counted out. And Jessica Carr on social media said, I don't say a lot to stir up issues, but it's wild that someone keeps talking about me. All I've been doing is tapping out, getting counted out, and taking the easy way out. But I'm the problem. And then Becky's been kind of going on and on about Jessica Carr and all of this and that. So I think they might actually be doing a Becky Lynch-Jessica Carr match. Because
will it be Jessica Carr or will it be Calix?
Yep, she is a wrestler. She did wrestle under a hood, as they say in this business, fairly recently. Evolve in February and April. So she is trained and she does wrestle. So we might actually be getting Jessica Lynch against Jessica Carr versus Becky Lynch, yes. How about that?
Claire Lynch.
Nah, Claire Lynch has passed away, Tom.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't think it was going to happen, but I mean, they're going. That's an awful lot to do to not do that. So I think they're going to do it at some point. Then we got some other injury-related notes. Kota Ibushi. Remember, he was injured on the collision that aired October 11th, which means it would have been taped. 11, 10,
it was taped
9th,
on a Wednesday.
8th. Okay, so October 8th. It's now October 22nd. What's 22 minus 8?
14.
Okay. He's been in the hospital for 14 days.
With a broken femur.
Yeah. He just got out. He thanked the medical staff, Tony Khan, Kenny Omega, Michael Nakazawa, the fans. 2 weeks he was in the hospital. And doctors have told him it'll be at least 2 years before he can get back into the ring. A year to fully recover, and 2 years until I can step into the ring. But he says, I believe in myself more than the doctors. I don't believe that. I have amazing DNA that gives me the ability to heal. That's what he said. So, I don't know, man. That's a bad one. We'll see what he ends up coming back to do.
Do you think he has, like, extra chromosomes?
I hope not. He has amazing DNA. You know? You don't have that? How are you healing?
I'm alive.
You got just average DNA, apparently?
It's slightly above average, like Mike Sanders.
Can you jump? Can you, like, swing that kettlebell? Can you run?
I can exercise.
You can exercise.
Yeah, you know what I can do, Brian? I took your advice, and you know what I've been doing?
Walking?
I've just been getting up and walking.
I told
Don't
you.
Don't stop moving.
Chase
just get
thought
up
he was
and keep
screwing
walking.
with me and you, but he was right in the end. Back in a moment.
To a break.
Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Chat GPT, SmackDown review starring Filthy Tom, and Bryan Alvarez.
Welcome back, you miserable wretches, to another disaster of an episode of Figure 4 Daily, the only show on the internet that's guaranteed to make your brain rot faster than watching one of these SmackDown episodes. I'm your host, Filthy Tom Waller, joined by the man who somehow manages to be more useless than a rubber knife in a prison fight, Bryan Alvarez. What's up, Bryan?
Let's not pretend you're the shining star of this operation. You're like a broken pencil. Pointless. And I don't even know I'm still here with you. Anyway, let's get to this train wreck of a SmackDown. Spoiler alert, if you were expecting a wrestling show, you've come to the wrong place. It was like watching someone fall asleep in real time.
You should know all about falling asleep, Bryan, since you've been half dead for years now. If enthusiasm was an Olympic sport, you would get a participation medal for showing up, but still lose.
I could tell the crowd was hyped for Drew, and Nakamura's music is always a banger, but it was just nothing. It's like watching a 5-minute commercial for a product you don't even want to buy.
And I bet the only thing that was more uninspiring than this match was your entire existence. Let's move on before I fall asleep right here on this microphone.
Tom, you think because you're a former fighter, that makes you a wrestling expert? You'd probably lose in a match with a traffic cone. Look, Jade's a star, but Liv Morgan, she's the human version of a please wait screen.
Liv Morgan is about as useful as a sandbag at a swimming pool party, who's like trying to make a turkey sandwich with no bread.
It's like the crowd went from yay to who's got the remote. Can we change the channel?
Liv Morgan's biggest move is making the audience wish for better things. She's like the human version of a wet sock. Nobody wants it.
I get it, Tom. You don't like fun. You don't like energy. You don't like anything that's not just sitting on your couch in your pajamas complaining.
More of the same.
Oh, we're back to more of the same, huh? Just like your wrestling career. More of the same, but somehow still a disaster.
Well, that's it, folks. SmackDown 2025 was more like SmackDown 2005. Same old stuff, same old disappointments. Join us next time when we tear apart something else for your listening pleasure.
Yeah, next time, Tom, maybe we'll actually have some real wrestling to talk about instead of whatever disaster this was. Until then, just remember, don't listen to Tom and don't watch SmackDown unless you hate yourself.
Whatever. It's your funeral.
What? I've never been so embarrassed doing this show as I was for the last 5 minutes. God. Man, so many pro walkers here. Walking, this guy says, the cure-all. Funk Monk, walking is a great exercise. Yeti Pot Pie walked an hour a day now, thanks to Bryan. Guanzan, I walked once, it was fine. You gotta get out there and walk, everybody. It's good for you. Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like to walk to the pay window.
Ridge Holland may need neck surgery now. When it rains, it pours. He said along with his foot cast being removed, he's getting x-rays to ensure everything is healing well. However, he mentioned he's also suffering from a neck injury. We'll get imaging to see if surgery is needed there. He's going to Birmingham, get more x-rays. If the foot's good, he can go possibly to partial weight bearing. He says the kicker is that prior to the foot, I had a neck injury I was going to get imaging for. I got imaging for the post-foot surgery, and I'm going to Birmingham to see the next specialist. Worst case scenario, I'll need surgery, and I'm hoping the best case scenario is injections. But I'm having nerve impingement, which is sending pain down my arm. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about what's going to happen because there's another kick in the you-know-what, really. So I will keep you posted. So,
kicking the old Alvarez.
Golly. This has been like a crazy month of people dying, people needing surgery, people getting hurt, people finding they need surgery for this. I mean, it's been rough. So all the best to everybody dealing with all of this stuff. Mustafa Ali's deal is up soon. He says he's keeping his options open. Man, I don't know where this guy can end up, but this is nothing against TNA as a promotion, but this guy is so good. that he needs to get paid. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get paid. And if someone's willing to pay him a lot of money, I think he should go get paid. Because he's awesome. He's also going to get hurt one of these days because he does all this crazy stuff. So we'll see where he ends up. But his deal is up in the at the end of 2025. So we'll see where he goes. We've got Money in the Bank. You ever wrestled Ali?
No. I've never been in the match with him. Been on plenty of shows with him.
Really?
Yeah. As you mentioned, fantastic performer.
WWE has made a slight adjustment to its plans for Money in the Bank 2026. It will now take place on September 6th.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. They keep moving this around, this Money in the Bank. Remember it used to be in July? Now it's September. That just seems weird, but whatever. So that's the plan for that. And then they've added NXT Deadline, which is going to be taking place on December 6th at the Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas.
That name sucks.
Wow.
NXT Deadline.
Yeah.
It's like every time I hear it, I expect an expose. Like I'm watching 60 Minutes or something. Not
every time I watch
wrestling.
NXT, there's some sort of expose. Whether it's the business is fake or they need somebody to help these people with interviews or something. I mean, my God. What did you think of NXT? We'll get in a little while. I thought it was the best show in a long time.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
As you're sitting here bad-mouthing it, I enjoyed the NXT show.
Well, there's certain things I feel that I'm okay bad-mouthing, like that segment they had backstage with Kalani Jordan. Oh, my God. Holy smokes.
I didn't mind it that much.
But I will say...
It was campy.
You know who's, like, really awesome? There's, like, a lot of people in the show that are too awesome to be there.
The way you're saying this, I expect that it's like someone that not someone would normally expect you to say. I'm going to say JC Jane.
Well, actually, JC Jane should be on the main roster.
She is highly underrated.
Well, JC and Fallon both. What are they doing down there? Like, they should be called up. Trick Williams, I have no earthly idea why that guy's not on the main roster.
Let's talk about it.
And the thing was, like, they did that segment with Trick and Ricky in the main event, and Trick talked first, and when it was over, I was like, man, you just ruined Ricky Starks. Like, golly. And then Ricky talked, and I was like, I was wrong. That was one of the best promos. Ricky cut an incredible promo on this show. And then, the one I was going to mention, of all people, I hate her gimmick. Tatum Paxley and her stupid dolls. I hate this gimmick, okay? But as a wrestler, except for her finish, which I guess you could say about Mercedes as well, as a wrestler, she's quite good. And as a promo, she's a good promo. And she connects with the people, and they love her. So, she's another one. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of talent on that NXT roster.
You didn't even talk. We haven't even really talked about the two best guys on the show every week either.
Who are the two best guys every week on the show?
Oh, Javon and Leon.
Oh,
Slater.
Javon and Leon, don't even get me started. I've moved on. I've just accepted it. Although, let me tell you, if I find out who wrote that line where Javon said, "Don't worry, you're young," I was not pleased. So Jasmine Nix is no longer with NXT, and she was on Ariel Helwani's show. She said there's no bad blood between her and WWE, but everyone's got to make a living. She said, I wholeheartedly felt like this was going to be my life. I was ready to put in the work and see where my journey took me, but it came down to making a living. Everybody needs to make a living. Some people's living looks different for others. For me, after my 3 years and being on TV for 2 years, I expected there to be some sort of compensation for the work that I put in. Didn't end up that way, and that's okay. She said WWE was not willing to budge from the initial offer they made. She continued to say she'd love to go back. I don't know if this is, I can't say this is 100%, but the rumored offer they gave her was, I think, $98,000 a year. It was just under $100,000 a year, and she didn't want to take that. And I'm sure before that she was probably at $75,000 a year. She said if her value goes up and WWE is interested, she would go back. And she also talked about how the reality show Love Island reached out to her about being on the show. She said, I wasn't on TV yet. I thought that'd be a good route if I went and then came back, and they kind of shut that down. A couple of shows reached out after that when I was with Jasmine. Obviously, I turned those down myself because I was in a different position. I'm on TV. This was my life. I wanted to succeed in what I'm doing now. So she did say she plans to continue to wrestle while also pursuing other opportunities, but she is not sure when and where her wrestling career will continue. So there you go. Jasmine Nix. What is Love Island? You ever watch that? That sounds like it's right up your alley.
It's a bunch of people boning on an island
Excuse me.
with cameras.
Is that really what it's about?
Yes, it's a reality show.
Dom, is he allowed to say that on the air, or do we have to fine him?
You can find him for fun, but it was totally fine.
Okay. So they bone, you say?
Yeah.
Just wanted to confirm that. All right.
It's part of the love process.
Viewership for the October 13th episode of Raw on Netflix, the Crown Jewel follow-up. Identical to the previous week, 2.4 million viewers. Global hours viewed, 4.6 million. Blah, blah, blah. So there you go. I don't know what these mean anymore. Whatever. They're there for 10 years, so who cares?
You can't call up Big Data and get him on the show so we can ask him?
Big Data's on every Wednesday night on Observer Radio. Know what I'm saying? By the way, I had a guy yesterday. You know who you are. He's like, oh, Bryan got his news wrong. Fallon Henley was on the show and she was in a brawl and she's fine. Okay, listen, brother. Fallon Henley was in a match on a house show. They tried some assisted soul snatcher. They screwed it up preposterously bad. And Soul landed right on Fallon's head.
Zarya essentially tried to lawn dart her.
Yeah.
And Soul was going to catch her midair.
What in
and
God's
deliver
name
the
were
Soul
they
Snatcher.
thinking? But anyway, the point of this is...
You don't remember when I pitched that to you?
Yeah, I shot it down immediately, like half your ideas. The point of this is, she was, after that house show, on the internal WWE injured list. So she was knocked batty, I don't know, whatever the term would be, and she has since been cleared. So I don't want to hear it, buddy. Although I will say, and we'll get into the whole NXT review after the break, I presume that Sol Ruca is really injured, but man, I watched that segment last night, and that came off as a... And they made it a storyline. I mean, if she's really injured, they obviously made it a storyline, but there was just something about it where I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm going to leave that one open-ended for the time being. I want to clarify.
She did land funky.
She
doing
did.
The moonsault, which would have been like the last spot of the tag match that they were doing. She hit a moonsault to the floor and landed kind of funky on her knee.
She did land weird. She came up kind of short. She was helped to the back. She was limping. WWE.com did announce she was injured after the match, and they don't ever do that. So that's kind of weird. And then the way they did it on the show last night, it was just kind of like, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe she has like a minor injury, but they're making you think it's like a serious injury. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I just watched it, and I was immediately skeptical. I don't know about you.
I'm going to see if I can find this moonsault again. Just continue on.
It was a moonsault like off the middle. It wasn't like off the post like Tiffany and some of these in like Hangman do. It was like off the middle rope, and she ran up the apron and did it off the middle. But I'm just trying to see if she landed on that, which leg she landed on there. She didn't quite rotate.
It looks like the
way.
left leg does kind of get caught up in there. But
all right. Okay, let's see. Okay, this guy's going to try and explain this. Regarding the Continental title, it's complicated. Tony announced at a press conference, if it takes place on a Tuesday after 4, the time limit changes to 20. If it's a Wednesday after 4, the time limit is 30. If the clouds are cumulus, it changes back to 20. But if Nimbus and an airline is flying over to Memphis, the time limit changes to 60. Got it? Back in a moment. Observer Live. Check out this free video and make sure you hit like and subscribe.
If Truth didn't have the best weekend in this company than Mr. Iguana did.
Oh, yeah, this guy is over, dude.
We'll get to him in the Worlds Collide review, but
He's got merch up on WWE Shop.
he's going to make so much
He's got these
money.
kids that want to see more Mr. Iguana.
Yeah. So
His face paint is so funny.
I must stop you right here. It's not face
Oh,
paint.
would you stop?
It's head paint.
Yeah, it looks.
He paints his whole damn head.
It looks like he gets held upside down and they just dunk
Dip
his
it,
head
yes.
in green paint.
Yes.
It's absolutely bizarre.
And when he's not wrestling, he wears the round silver spectacles.
Yes.
And
He's got a
he flicks his
puppet.
tongue constantly,
Yes.
as an iguana would. And Del Toro and Octagon do whatever, and people are patient, but they don't care. And then Iguana tags in, and they are hyped. It took about 7 seconds to make himself my favorite luchador. He starts, I forget who he's in there with, but the guy offers a handshake, and so he licks it because he's an iguana, and then he gets hit with a shoulder tackle, or it's a chop. He takes a chop, he drops to his back, he sticks all 4 limbs straight in the air.
Yes.
He's playing dead like an iguana would. So then he brings in the puppet. I didn't get the puppet's name. I should have used it 50 times. But it's an iguana puppet that he thinks is real. Well,
already
sometimes.
Already up on WWE Shop.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You know if Harley Cameron's doll is on the AW?
I do not know.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
So he starts doing spots with the puppet in his mouth. He lets the puppet try to get the pin. And amidst all the silliness, Conan says, you know this Mr. Iguana, he's most popular with children.
I liked how as soon as the puppet started doing spots, Corey Graves goes, "Is that legal in Mexico?" And without skipping a beat, Conan goes, "Yes."
Low on the list of things you will see in a Lucha Libre match, especially in AAA. So he starts using the puppet more as a weapon, or as a distraction, I should say. But it ends up with Lindsay Dorado getting a hold of this puppet, and he snaps, and he stomps the puppet, and he grabs the puppet, and he Spanish flies the puppet. This crowd is outraged. They're pissed. They're furious. But you know he's even more pissed and furious?
It got more heat than anything else. Maybe on the entire show,
Mr.
actually.
Goddamn Iguana.
They were
who's
furious.
seething, and his eyes are breaking out, and he snaps and just rips ass. He grabs his own lizard and is whipping these guys with it. And then they remember it's just a puppet, and they stop selling.
This was a very, very fun match. I liked it a lot. And there's a lot to learn here about marketing.
Yeah.
Back on the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy, why don't you take us through this show?
I assume you're referring to NXT.
It's correct.
CW last night. Well, after we had a recap of the past few weeks, we had the number one contender to the NXT Women's title, Tatum Paxley, come out in front of the NXT crowd. She got big "You deserve it" chants. She won a number one contenders battle royal.
Yeah.
We've really lowered the bar here.
Hey, at least she won something.
You deserve it.
At least she wasn't
for winning
gifted
a
it.
battle royal. She essentially was, if you remember the finish. She did nothing.
That's right, she did nothing.
Eliminated nobody.
Yeah.
May God have mercy on her soul. She says this is going to be her first PLE. Promises that Izzy had her back throughout this run. She says she's going to bring singles gold to the culling. Fatal Influence comes out. Badmouths Tatum. Izzy stands up for her. The whole time Spears and what's the other guy's name? Bronco? Is that him?
The driver, Nico Vance.
Nico.
Yeah. Bronco
they're
Nema's one of the those other guys. OTM.
Oh, he's one. Okay.
Out the mud.
Anyways, JC calls Izzy the leader of the culling, which, Brian, if you remember back when she got rid of the virgin guy, I told you they made a shift, and you're like, no, Sean Spears is still the leader.
Well, he is technically the leader, but she's really
No,
in
she
charge.
said it right here.
Okay.
They went over it right
all
here.
right. Fine.
She even said she was the leader.
Well, anyone can say
Anyways,
anything.
it's going to be.
As you're
What?
well aware.
Anyways, it's going to be. I thought it was Laney versus Tatum, but it was a tag team match set up for later tonight. A quick brawl broke out, and the females in the culling won.
Yeah.
Stax and Ariana Grace are backstage. They're a couple. I don't know if they've talked about this really on TV.
No,
was with
they
them last
haven't.
week. She was with them last week when they got the match made. When her father Santino,
Yes.
actually made the match.
That's the first time they ever acknowledged this. And then Stack says to her, you should accompany me to the ring tonight. We can consummate this relationship with the X Division title. I went, what? What?
I mean, if any viewers were on the fence, I'm sure they stuck around for that promise.
And then she
So-
goes, I'll be there chanting. And he goes, we're at work. Call me Stax. And I was like, okay, first off.
It's been chanting
First off,
Stax Lorenzo.
Yeah, your name has been
the whole
chanting
time.
forever. And shouldn't she call you Stax off TV? I don't know what's happening. And then Leon and Javon see this, and they're as disgusted as I
Yeah,
was.
but what are they doing? They're hanging out in like the doldrums of the backstage, creeping on people.
Yeah.
What is it? They're voyeurs.
Well, I don't think I by their reaction, no, they were caught off guard by this disgusting display.
I mean, where's Brad Maddox?
So anyway, what happened?
Anyways, Leon Slater defended the X title against Stax Lorenzo. Hey, Stax actually last week put up pictures on social media of himself as a youngster with the X Division title.
Wow.
So, yeah, to him, this has been a long time coming. Leon hit a dive. Javon, who was ringside with him, threw the headset on, went to a commercial. They got to find a spot for these two on the main roster. ASAP.
You don't say.
Listen, I'm not young, but I'm pretty sure this is a team that some of the young whippersnappers out there would get behind. Ariana Grace got knocked off the apron into the arms of Javon. Stax was pissed. He threw Leon into the announce desk. Then he stared at Javon long enough to get hit with a crossbody. Leon made his comeback. Tope con hilo over the post. Sealed the deal with a Swanton 450 splash and retained the X Division title.
This match was quite good. One of the best Stax matches I ever saw.
I like Stax. Leon and Javon took the mic, said they wanted to fight on the same side against someone instead of against each other.
Yeah, this was weird.
In the desert.
Slater
at
goes,
Halloween Havoc.
He goes, people have seen the magic we can do across from each other. What if we stood on the same side? And I was like, you did on this show like a month ago. You've already forgotten. Jiminy Christmas. They're interrupted by Mr. Iguana and La Parka.
No, it's not Jiminy Christmas. It's Halloween Havoc.
Whatever.
Mr. Iguana and La Parka and La Yesca will answer the challenge.
Yeah. Are Javon and Leon going to get a puppet? It should be like just a baby.
You should just be out there.
It should be like a little baby.
We had the speed tournament opening round here. Zach Wentz took on Jasper Troy. Wentz hit some kicks, Hurricane Ranas, everything he could muster at first, but couldn't get Troy off his feet until he kind of cross-bodied him over the ropes, then hit a tornillo. He went for a swanton bomb, hit that, got a 2. Troy got up, hit a leaping body attack, big black hole slam, pinned him, got the win.
Nothing
55
match.
seconds left.
Absolute nothing match. Just was there. Zach tried the best he could, but it was just 2 minutes. I don't know, man. Whatever. They have not done the speed title justice on this program.
The NXT women tossed Kalani Jordan's stuff out of the locker room. Jordan Grace tried to befriend her, but Kalani told her she figured it out. She figured out why Jordan's always around. Jordan's her biggest fan, and she's jealous of her.
The more I think about it, the more I like the idea of this Bryan puppet. Would be a perfect manager for these two. Anyway.
Dark State wants to fight the Hardys, so we get a video from the Hardy compound as they visit the Lake of Reincarnation, which looks like you need a tetanus shot if you go anywhere near this thing.
By the way, didn't Santino, wasn't he the guy that said Kalani was going to be the leader of this team? Like, why are they mad at Kalani?
I mean, she did kind of take up the TNA flag.
Because she was assigned to the role because she won the TNA title.
Well, I mean, they also got to make her a heel.
Do they?
Well, I think that's what they're doing.
I don't know anymore. So, yeah, Dark State in the compound.
Yeah, it appears the water in the Lake of Reincarnation has broken them, and it's going to be broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero.
I hope
Dark
they
State.
film this at the compound. I hope this is a cinematic match.
The entire Hardy clan showed up. They told us that Dark State has been sentenced to deletion, deletion, deletion.
I'm down with that.
Dude, take me back to the glory days of the Broken Universe on Destination America. Wow. Anyways, there's a replay of Zaruka challenging Charlotte and Alexa for the women's tag titles from SmackDown. We see them walking backstage. Zari is like, Soul, do you really want to do this? We go to commercial. We come back. We go to the ring, and they are there with Ava. Soul is putting on her cry face repeatedly. Says she's not physically cleared for Saturday to defend the North American title. She doesn't know when she's going to be cleared. There's a lot of women out there that deserve the shot. Ava's like, well, what about the speed belt? You don't have to do this. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this conversation is like two completely separate ideas that they just put together and like didn't address whatsoever.
I love that
what
Soul
does that have to do with this?
Soul is concerned about the North American title, and Ava's just like, what about that speed belt?
Yeah.
And Soul's like, can we talk about that later?
Zarya gets fired up. Hold on, I'm skipping a lot.
Blake Monroe comes out and wants to just be awarded the title, so Zarya stands up for her friend.
She gets fired up, and she's like, this is NXT. We don't do handouts. Zarya says she could defend the NXT North American title in Soul's honor at Halloween Havoc. Ava's like, you know what? It's a bit unconventional, but I think it's a great idea.
She never makes any of her own decisions.
No.
It's always just okaying someone else's idea.
Like, I guess unconventional is the proper word, but it's not like we haven't seen this happen a million times in pro wrestling history. I'm curious to know what her decision was going to be if this wasn't.
She clearly didn't have one.
It's up in the men's speed tournament. So Soul says she fought so hard for the title. There's no one she trusts more than Zarya after Ava made it her choice. So Ava makes it official. Then Blake gets in Ava's face until Zarya gives her an F5. And then she grabbed the title. She snatched the title from Soul's hands and held it over Blake. Tavion and Miles are commiserating backstage. Hey, you know, Charlie Dempsey's hanging out in Noah right now, probably having the time of his life. And these two losers are in the back arguing amongst themselves. Josh Briggs rightfully shows up, tells them to shut up, says there's only room for one of them at the top. It's not either one of them, it's him. And I'm like, you know what? I'm on his side in this.
No, we got another three-way coming, everyone's favorite.
We had a speed match, Shawn Legacy take on Axiom. They went wild for 2 minutes. If you didn't like that first speed match,
This was very
I've got to
good.
say, this more than made up for it. They went nuts for 2 minutes, did a double down off a standing one-man Spanish fly by Legacy. Then Legacy hit one of the best super kicks I've ever seen. Axiom hit a great flying knee. Legacy hit him again, rebounded into the ring, climbed to the top. With 10 seconds left, Axiom raced up there, grabbed a hold of him, hit a C4 off the top, and got the win. This was awesome, but it was too short.
Yeah, you know,
longer match between these.
Well,
two.
not only that, but I think that they were going to do a kick out of that spot and then do like one more big thing
because they're screaming pin.
Yeah, you could hear the ref go pin as they went for the cover. So this was the best speed match they've had on NXT since they brought him here.
One of the best ones we've seen.
And then straight out of TNA, Axiom versus Jasper Troy is either the finals or the semifinals. Because Vic said it was the finals, but the graphic said it was the semifinals. And I actually think Vic is right. This
I
would be
think
the
he's-
finals, and
of the
then
tournament.
the winner of the tournament faces, yes.
But I think they've gone back and forth on this before.
Yeah, get it
Ethan
straight.
Page trash talked Wagner's mask, said his North American title is more important, said he's going to leave him for dead in the valley, in Prescott Valley.
Wow.
Yeah, Prescott. It's like a couple hours outside of Phoenix. What an odd place for a show. But I've heard it's beautiful. Wine country, baby. OTM, squash tank and tank. No other way to put it. Pretty much annihilated him in a few minutes in the match, and then totally annihilated him afterwards, hitting him with the stairs, double razor's edge through the announce table. Crowd chanting huge for OTM as they destroyed the former champion babyface team.
Well, the Honk Honks are heading to Noah, so this was writing him off the show.
Oh,
That's what happened.
There
yeah.
we go. Speaking of Noah, Ren was on the phone with Charlie Dempsey talking about her new Maybelline foundation. Ren tried to recruit Lash, I think. She said that it's going to be the Ren QCC and have some feminine flair. Kendall Gray came in out of nowhere with her belt proudly displayed, her Evolve title on her shoulder, said the most generic anti-bullying speak, and Lash told her to watch out.
Hey, at least this Ren is believable.
JC Jane and Lainey Boggs took on Tatum Paxley and
Who?
Izzy Dame. Lainey
Reed.
She's all that, man. Lainey did the best double underhook shoulder breaker I've ever seen in my life. Booker T starts screaming, "Give this woman a contract right now. You got to sign her. Get her a deal." And Vic's like, "She is signed. She signed right now to a contract with NXT." And they both died. Probably my favorite part of the show, even though I love this show, actually. Or I wouldn't say I loved it. I love that part. I really enjoyed this show. Anyways, Fatal Influence won when Izzy was kind of on the floor being distracted, and JC Jane leveled poor Tatum Paxley with the rolling encore. And we will roll back with the finish of the NXT
Yeah, I
show
literally wrote my
after the
report
break.
and concluded the show report because I thought the show was over, and turned out there was another segment. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We got a big Elimination Chamber report here. And also Collision from Saturday, which actually was a pretty damn good show in its own right.
I was not told to watch Collision.
Vinny?
I forgot to text him Thursday night. I figured he'd be in bed. I said I'd do it tomorrow. And then Friday I bought a car. I was busy, and I've been forgotten. John comes out, looks into the camera, and says, "There's a vibe in here tonight."
Sure is.
I'll say. Punk's eyes are bugging out of his head. Seth is still there screaming, "Die, die!" And Seth gets his way. Punk dies. John Cena wins. I thought the finish of this was incredible. Great stuff.
God, Travis Scott. Jesus God almighty. This was exactly like when Hogan used to come to the ring, Dennis Rodman trailing him, and Dennis Rodman was like on another planet. He had no idea where he was at, stumbling to the ring. He had basically have to drag him down there. This Travis Scott was on another planet, dude.
Well, the first time he was on the show was on that Raw show. He was smoking a blunt in the audience.
They go from the hug to a shot of Cena's angry heel face, and they cut right to Rock on. And then he kicks him right in the balls. And the crowd freaked out. The John Cena turned heel. Hulk Hogan, he was getting booed before he turned. It was a risk, but, they were getting sick of the guy anyway. The problem with Steve Austin was he was the top babyface, and there was nobody to replace him when he turned. John Cena's been gone forever. He comes back. It's not like he was going to be the top babyface. They got 50 babyfaces. Cody's the biggest babyface they got. There's no risk whatsoever turning John Cena heel. He's 10 times more interesting now. The Cena and Cody feud is 1,000 times more interesting.
Travis hit Cody Rhodes in the face as hard as he could. I bet that sucked.
This was a big deal, and
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming.
You guys need to listen to Observer Live on Friday
No thanks.
because some dude called in, all bombastic and outrageous.
Do y'all think that John Cena is going to be the one that turns heel and joins The Rock as his champion?
No chance. And I shot him down. I laughed at him.
Wow.
I said it's not going to happen. John Cena's here to sell tickets and merch as a babyface for his last year. He ain't turning heel.
They need to make shirts for John Cena that just say, "Can you see me now?"
I got to apologize to old Dwayne. I thought that guy was out of his mind. He got me. It was awesome. I cannot wait to see where they go here. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom, we got one more segment of NXT and this show. What happened?
That's right. There was one more segment on NXT. Let's talk about it, as Tricky Williams would say. It was Trick and Ricky doing the NXT contract signing for the title. Trick said Ricky's a cheap replacement for him. He said Ricky spent years on the indies, but you never see him there because he's a superstar. Saints said that Trick would fold on the indies quicker than the shirts he wears. Saints is smoother, silkier, more stylish than Trick will ever be. He's locked in, and on Saturday at Halloween Havoc, Trick is locked out. Then they got into a brawl. Saints hit him with an F5 through a table and stood tall for like 5 minutes to end the show as Vic ran down the card for Halloween Havoc. On Saturday, from Prescott Valley, Prescott, Arizona.
You're really caught up on this old Prescott Valley thing.
I want to go.
Everybody deserves a show. Let's go.
No.
Kind of got excited
Saturday.
for a second. Oh, yeah. Isn't that hard? Anyway, I thought both guys did a great job in this segment. And I thought both of us did a great job today, Tom. And we're going to wrap it up. I'll be back later on tonight with Dave. Back tomorrow as well. A lot to talk about. And that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.